Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Onyx Path Twitch channel, where today we have gathered to play some The World Below. That is right. We will be delving once again into The World Below. This is Season 2, Episode 6. Before we do get into our delve, I do want to remind you that The World Below is available over at DriveThruRPG in POD and PDF. The prices are getting ready to go up over at DriveThruRPG for PODs, so you want to make sure you get your copy before April 1st, because that's when the prices go up. I've just gone ahead and shared that link in the chat. Speaking of other recent releases that you should pick up in POD, we just dropped Trinity Continuum Aegis. It focuses on the Trinity Continuum during just prior to the Greco Dark Ages, I guess, like the end of the Bronze Age. So that's a very exciting thing. It kind of puts a mythological spin on the sci-fi world of Trinity. Helps if I put the right code in there. There you go. You can pick that up. That link is in the chat. And I also want to remind you all that the Exalted Essence Player's Guide is getting ready to launch over on BackerKit. So if you've not yet done so, head over to the link I'm about to drop in here and sign up to be notified when that's about to go live.
The player's guide.
The player's guide for Exalted Essence, yeah, new expansion. If you've been paying attention at home, all of the Essence stretch goals got delivered, I believe, last month. So perfect timing.
Yeah, I was one of the backers of Essence.
Okay, nice. I was as well.
And I group backed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, through a local game shop.
Oh,
because
that's
there was
cool.
a retailer like discount
Right.
if they got a certain amount of them. So I went to like the small local uh, business, and it's usually like board games and like Magic the Gathering tournaments and stuff. But he's got like a ton of RPG stuff too, and I was like, hey, this is happening. This would be cheaper for us if we got it through you. How about you do
Right.
the thing? And
Let's
then
work it out.
fast forward 3.5 years later, and I reminded the people that helped us back it that they had books coming.
That's awesome. Very cool. So yeah,
Yeah.
chances are good this will have a retailer tier as well. So by all means, go talk to your friendly local game store and have them help you get the player's guide. And since we're at it, you may notice we're a couple players down today. That's okay. Things are going to be a little bit quick, a little bit informal, but we are still going to go ahead and do our intros. So, Cal, if you would please tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you'd like to promote.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Cal. I'm usually Neo_Cal at like Twitch, TikTok, I think even Blue Sky, um, probably Twitter, but it's just kind of like all bots and like dwindling like AI artists. So there's not really it's a weird
Yeah,
it's a weird place to hang
I bet it
out.
is.
So fail on it.
I
Fail
still
on it.
have
That's what
I
I
still have my username there. Just it's a placeholder. But
Yeah,
I
just
don't.
chilling.
Yeah, I don't visit that site anymore, which is a shame. At one time, it
I
was a
I
nice place.
used to for artists. And a lot of them are bailing and going on to Blue Sky, but a lot of them because it's like a follower base. Like they're like, "Hey, I
Right.
hate this, but like I have 10,000 followers here." So it's like so I don't blame anybody for sticking it out with it, but I only had like 17, so I was like easy choice for me. Um but yeah, you can find me other than here playing World Below on Dork Tales. Last night. It's usually bi-weekly Wednesdays. Um, we just did a pretty interesting session of Vampire the Masquerade Dark Ages. and I play a Salubri in that. So I have three eyes. That's right, three eye vampire. And part of their Patreon, I run the fifth edition D&D module, Descent into Avernus. But that's starting to trickle out onto YouTube. So there's a few episodes on YouTube if you want to see the vibes of that game. Outside of that, there's a finished podcast, Too Much Energon, which was specifically reviewing Beast Wars content. We've got 151 episodes of that, so that was fun. And ongoing and part of the Lasercomb podcast. I'm gonna spell it in the crowd here. And what we do is every single episode there's a different television show. As long as it's finished, it's run. Right? It can't be still on air, and as long as it's not a like game show or reality TV, it's usually or documentary. It's fair game, and we kind of like roll a random number based on the number of episodes and watch a random episode. And the idea is if you catch a random episode of this particular show, would we like try to tune in next week based on that random episode, right? And wow, we're over 100 episodes in that now. And only recently we did Buffy.
Wild.
Yeah.
You'd think that would have come up sooner.
Yeah, patrons can come and pitch a show to us. And yeah, it just took 100 plus episodes to get to Buffy. And I was like, oh man, am I gonna like this? I liked it.
What episode did you land on?
We landed on one where the one there was a TV show, or it was supposed to be a TV show, and it was a fake TV show, like a fake reality TV show, and they were stuck in a cabin in the woods, and assassins were sent after them, and one of them was like a dinosaur alien looking guy. That show was wild.
I do not remember that, but
and he had throwing knives that like came out of his body that were like bone throwing knife. It's wild. Oh, and one of the assassins was a cowboy. It was like a cowboy vampire.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. Like nothing that you've said in that thing sounds like something that like that's not in a Buffy episode. No, all that sounds like
dinosaur.
I'm having a hard time deciding which one.
Right, demons look like it was demons, and he threw bone spurs.
There are a lot of like reptilian demons in Buffy.
Reptilian demons, yeah. And I never watched too much of it as a kid, so it was a trip.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Haley, how about you? Give us your pertinence, please.
Hi everyone, my name's Haley, also known as Babe_Blade666 on the internet. I don't really have much to promote. I'm just here for funsies.
Well, that's okay. We're going to get into our funsies. When last we parked, you all were in the city of Fortress. You had basically kind of put down at least temporary route there because Bunga was going to try to participate in the hunt. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you had gone there to sell Lebrant to them and try to get a trade relationship going. But when you heard about the hunt, you thought, oh, that'd be a neat thing to do. So that's really kind of like Bunga's motivation for that. You have until the next...
all of our motivation.
Could be.
Sort of.
Could be. To a degree. So you have until the next column to declare your trophy. Now you did bring in the head of the Sapphire Dragon. That is a very impressive trophy. Mm-hmm. But there's still at least weeks, if not longer, before the next column. And you do know that others are interested in trying to top that. Particularly, there was a Darv by the name of Keldar, who you had had a bit of a exchange with at the pub
Mhm.
who seems to be hell bent on showing you up. Um, and he's a resident, so he doesn't have to. He can hunt right up uh, until calm, unless you or your group or a portion of your group decide to take that risk as well and wind up spending your calm in fortress if you want to extend your hunt out. Those are decisions you'll have to face. In the meantime, what would you like to be doing? What would you have? I said you have at least a few weeks right now. If you took off, you're sure you'd be able to go home at a leisurely pace and still make it home before calm.
We could probably drop the head off. And just talking out of character here, to figure out what we want to do as the players. We could probably be like, hey, this is what we're delivering. This is our group entry, right? And then, peddle our wares, create like trade thing, being like, hey, we got this stuff and we've got this somebody who can like work this metal. Check it out. Pretty cool. Let's form up a trade kind of thing going. And then kind of head on our way. Like, I don't feel like it's in maybe Kale Zool and and Savo have a different had a different idea, but I don't think we wanted to like kind of base here and then just go looking for like play Monster Hunter Wilds until the calm, did we? What do you think, Haley?
I think we got a good enough trophy, right? I don't know.
Could just be us like trying to I was just gonna say like chasing the dragon. It could be just us looking for something like bigger and badder and being like, well,
I
I
think we
mean,
were really lucky to like fell that one, and maybe I
right?
don't know. But I thought we were gonna talk to like someone of importance, like whoever runs the town. No,
We could do that.
Yeah, you could try to get an audience with the king.
okay.
Yeah, to get the trade going. I've mentioned the people who aren't here as characters. Yeah, I play Bunga. He's a bug type Pokemon um, of the Hobgob variety.
That's correct.
I talked about everything else except that.
Well, I appreciate you bringing it up. So yeah,
Everyone else plays elf.
I'm an elf mushroom priestess. But yeah, should we go try to like find someone to talk to that's important or
Mm-hmm. Do we do that without Savo and Kale Zool?
uh
Probably.
I
We're
don't
the
know.
face of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty like cultured.
Yeah. All right.
Everyone likes
That's what
you
we'll do.
here.
It's the welcome presents. That's what I say.
so
Right.
how would you like to try to go about gaining this audience? Are there any skills that you would like to lean on in your effort?
Let's take a look.
I got leadership and culture. Well, leadership and presence.
Okay. Yeah.
Welcome presents. Can't remember what that.
And do you have by chance our Discord open where we have our little chat going?
Oh yeah, I saw some dice going on there.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind giving a test run to that bot we've got.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, in order to roll, you should hit /SPU, and then a little dice pool should pop up. You can click on that. And then just all you have to do is put in the number of dice you have.
Oh.
So you were doing leadership presence for Stropharia?
Yeah. So SP7.
So no, you just you would put /SPU.
You? Okay.
SPU, yep. And then a little command should pop up that has a dice pool thing for you to click.
Oh.
Or you hit space and then hit the number of dice. So it'd be SPU space 7. Yep, there you go. Look at that.
Ah, I like it.
So that's 2 hits for you. Is there anything that you would like to lean on, Bunga, to try to get in there?
Yeah, let's I'll fight my way to the leader. Oh geez. Since we've been drinking and telling hunting tales and whatnot, maybe like presence and persuasion to try to like find out like information gathering rather than.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, still not a lot, but okay, so that's 3 plus 2. Go.
All right.
And me.
Wonderful.
Hooray.
3 hits. So we're at a total of 5 for the 2 of you's concerted effort. Working together, the 2 of you are able to sort of move through the town, find the right people to talk to make appeals, and eventually get your hands on an invitation for an audience with Emperor Rook. However, as you are going through these sort of initial social interactions, talking with the people, guards, inn owners, shop owners, people that know the place, you hear mumblings, mostly as people are remarking on the quality of the weapons and armor that you're showing. There's some mentions that'll help Emperor Rook in his forthcoming campaign. And you get the impression that Emperor Rook is planning some sort of an expansionist campaign to broaden Fortress's influence in the Copper Strata.
I like the sound of that.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
We're like complete
The
opposite.
camera cuts to 2 completely different reactions. Oh, I can't wait to tell Stropharia the good news.
Oh man. So random distraction.
Yeah, what would
That
you?
sounds like maybe they could like invade us or something. No?
Well, you're down lower. You are in the iron strata, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
That's right. I can't remember the.
You're a bit closer.
Mm-hmm.
But still, innocent people could die and like lose their homes and stuff.
Almost certainly.
Like that.
What if it's a peaceful expansion?
Funga. Give your head a shake.
You
Okay. No, there's no such thing.
you suppose you're right. If it was, is then they'd be sending diplomats and embassies and such, not people with weapons and armor.
There you go.
Hmm.
So what can we do
Wait a
about
second.
this?
Well,
Is
then
I
they'd be
gotta
using
go
our
get-
weapons.
Hmm? No. We're not going to sell our weapons to this guy.
Oh, we came all this way.
We got to convince him that there's bigger threats to be fought.
Hmm. That's right. We could mutual enemies like dragons and rust knights and well, it's a shame we killed this dragon and all those rust knights. There's nothing for Fortress to kill. We should go and look for an bad guys and lead them to Fortress. I like your thinking.
Never said that.
All in favor? Okay, all right.
So what was it that you're going to do?
We're
Gonna
gonna
go and find an evil army for
No.
Fortress to fight.
But weren't we concerned with like those worms that sorry. Um there was
Oh,
bugs
right.
that like ate what did they do?
They like kept people's souls in them husks.
Yeah.
Oh, so we should get some of them and infect a nearby populace.
No. Did we
And then
bring one
go.
with us to like show them? I thought we
Strafari had the specimens.
Yeah, I thought you
I don't
had.
know if they're still alive.
I thought
But
you had like 3
you had the
specimens of them.
specimens.
all right. Can show them this, you know?
Would they survive outside of a host?
They're like dead, but they're still
For a time they will.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if the ones you have are probably dead by now. But they'll
Go and
survive
show
for-
him some gross grubs.
Yeah.
What if he's just like they just look like worms?
Well, then they can't have our Lebrant if they don't believe us and they don't trust us.
You do have a trustworthy mouth about you. All right, all right. Then let's go talk with him then.
Right. So after all that discussion, you've decided you're going to go speak with the king or the emperor.
Instead
Yeah.
of going to raise an evil army of orcs.
That's fair. Probably.
Instead of starting a proxy war by funding the opposition and becoming like arms dealers.
Right.
Wait a second. I've got a great idea.
Here.
We could be arms dealers. Yeah. It's a few days of waiting before you're able to get a meeting together. During that time, Kelzul is familiarizing himself with the local mortuary, getting a little bit more insight into the corpse watcher. While
Sounds like a great job
while Savo is
doing Savo
doing
things.
Savo things, yeah, out building things and getting pieces and getting bits of info, slinking about in the
If we
shadows.
were better funded, he's like one like Dexter's lab away from becoming like a mad scientist.
Well, perhaps this deal with Fortress will be the deal that seals that for y'all. A couple days pass. your appointment with the emperor comes around. The two of you make your way to Rook's keep, which is at the center of the city.
Okay.
As you arrive, the guards greet you, escort you in, and walk you through. Oh, excuse me. A rather grand entry hall. You can see there are statues that at least appear to be made of pure iron that are represent at least 6 generations back of previous leaders of Fortress. All Darvs, all in very ornate battle armor.
Hmm.
Once you go past, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you think that dwarves just make the best leaders, or do you think there are just more dwarves here? I'm unfamiliar with the political representation that is being an emperor. Is that a position that's elected, or
You're asking the guards this?
I'm asking Strafaria this?
Oh. Should I roll to like see how much I know about the topics?
Well, about this specific place, yes, would be a cultural. Like your general knowledge of what emperor means, you wouldn't need to roll for that per se, but you could absolutely make a culture roll to see
Oh, great. I'm doing
what you might know.
So
I mean, I know, but I think it's more fun to have Bunga
Not no.
be
That's
perplexed
sure.
why all of these leaders look so similar to the previous.
they're like related, right?
They could be. They
Right.
they almost look related.
There you go, resemblance.
Do you want me to roll or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll your culture.
Just culture?
Oh, well, then whatever you'd pair that with, probably
Although I
intellect
suppose
would be
there
my
could be.
guess. Cunning would be fine too.
Okay.
I suppose there could have been a usurpation and a new.
Sure,
No, that
it's definitely possible. Usurpations
it's like
happen.
dwarf. A single elf, dwarf. Wait, what the hell?
All right. So let's see here.
Sorry, I just needed a minute to like figure out.
No worries. Nice.
Oh,
Yep. So
no thing.
3 hits. So yeah, what you're aware of is that yes, Fortress is a monarchy. It tends. It is a patrilineal empire. It's handed down from father to son. The technically there's a military council that handles the day-to-day rule of Fortress, but they are completely subservient, effectively lower in the chain of command than Emperor Rook. So you can give them orders. As far as you understand it, he generally does not get directly involved in the day-to-day operations of life in Fortress, other than the military movements. And you know that while he's been ruling, demonstrably fewer creatures have slipped past Fortress into the world beyond from the surface.
Okay.
You may share that
So-
with Bunga, or you can just leave Bunga.
Yeah. I'll kind of share that with him.
Seems like a pretty ambitious emperor then.
Well, maybe he is someone of strategy, but we somehow have to convince him that he's not making the right move and that there's other things to be focused on.
What if through a series of advantageous trade deals, he annexes the nearing territories without needing to invade them?
Oh dear. That's not right. Oh dear.
As you're debating the possible ways that this could go wrong, you're taking up a set of spiral stairs. As you're walking out, you see that on either side of the entry foyer is a chamber that leads to a tower that basically is a spiral staircase taking you upward. You go up about a dozen stories or so. At each floor, there is like a little bit of a landing, a place where there's a door for you to get off, but they keep pressing you forward until you reach the 12th floor, and you are escorted into. Basically, as soon as you step out of the stairs, there's sort of a hallway that goes down to the other stairwell. There are suits of armor on display in this hallway. Many of them have like a clay tablet next to them that has some writing on it, indicating what war that armor or weapon was last used in.
So not just functional armor, not just
Yeah,
ceremonial or.
it all looks like it's seen battle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you wouldn't be. Some of it, you're like, I wouldn't wear that into a fight. Because there's not much left of it or whatever. But yeah, some of it even has like blood stains on it still.
Oh, is it implying that okay, so they're like heroes and like they died.
Right. Right. And then in the
Wow.
center of that
Are you
hallway,
dizzy after going up them spiral stairs?
Hold me now.
the guards
Hold me
say,
now.
you get used to it. In the center of that hallway, there's a big double door. It's got it appears to be some sort of like, again, it's iron construction, but there appear to be like gold leaf like filling in Darv runes on either side of the door. Not quite sure what it says, unless any of you speak Darv.
Languages. Well, I never wrote them down. I'm pretty sure if anyone only spoke common, it's Bunga. So probably synthesis, thesis, languages. I would have put it somewhere if I did. Is there a common tongue, or is it kind of like I've always, or is there kind of like regional commons
There's regional languages, and then there's like a trade tongue.
trade tongue?
And then
Yeah, I've never asked about that, but
yeah.
or is it like Star Trek and we all just speak English until it's been revealed that we all have universal.
Right, you all
translate.
speak English until told otherwise.
Yeah.
It's fair to assume.
Hooray.
I would allow a culture roll to see if you can read it.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
That's culture and intellect.
Intellect or cunning, whichever you prefer.
I'm gonna roll cunning and culture.
One hit.
I got one. Or wait, which one's me? Yeah, I got one.
All right, you got one, and then Haley got two.
Oh, I got two. Mhm.
So with one hit, you recognize that it's an older form of Darvish. A little hard for you to parse exactly what it means, but it seems something about protection. With two hits, Straferi, you're pretty sure that it is a prayer of protection to keep safe whoever sits on the throne, so long as they be worthy. The guards open the double doors. As soon as the doors start to open, you can hear sound pouring in from the throne room. You realize that the door's thickness, they're probably about 6 inches thick. That basically was enough to prevent any sort of sound from getting out of the room while the doors were closed. But once open, you hear the telltale sounds of combat. You can see that there's a very large throne room. It is circular in design, and basically where you're at, out there is a corridor, probably about 10 feet wide, that circles the outer wall. And then inside that corridor, there are iron pillars that separate that corridor off. And within that is what appears to be a small fighting arena. And then on the far side is raised up on a dais about 10 feet above the fighting arena. Are the thrones of the emperor, the queen, and then standing on either side of those thrones, half dozen advisors probably. The queen's throne is currently unoccupied. Emperor Rook
You hear that?
just sits and
Oh,
sort
I'm
of
kind of swooped in.
sorts of stares down at the brawl that is taking place right now. It is it's a Makiru knife fighter fighting against a Darv.
So probably not a whole bunch of rabble rousers like taking bets and
No, not many. You as you sort of sweep the area with your eyes, you do spot there are a few nobles sort of in pockets in that side corridor, but it's not like an underground gambling ring where there's money changing hands and stuff.
underground knife fighting.
Right.
Okay. Wow. Royal fight pits. Maybe I can fight my way to the emperor.
Should we sign you up or what?
All right. Well, business first.
Okay. Sounds good.
The guards escort you up and they say, Emperor Rook, this is Straferia and Bunga. They are here from the city of Gelphim's Rest, and they come to discuss trade with you. The Emperor says, very well. Tell me, are either of you familiar with our fighting traditions here?
Nope.
Generally speaking, we take our entertainment in appreciating the art of battle. We spend our work time perfecting it and our leisure time appreciating it. Now, word has made its way to me that this material that you've brought is definitely worth the time.
I'd say so.
He's well informed, probably because of all those informants.
He smiles. He says,
Bring a sample
I would be a poor leader if somebody brought weapons of your caliber into my town and I didn't know about it." What were you saying, Straferia?
I said we brought a sample for you. See if you like.
And what did you want to give him?
Didn't we bring like an axe or something?
You did.
It was like different. It was like a shield, a
Yeah, shield.
mining pick, like a pickaxe, and a sword.
That might be.
Does that sound? Dang it! Who wrote this down?
That may be.
I'm not the writing down person.
Me either.
Kevin, where are you?
I'll show him
Wait,
the
he's
shield.
not the writing down person either.
I'll show him the
Haley,
shield.
you're the write down person.
Am I? Oh.
He's like, oops. You give him the shield?
I show him the shield. I don't give it to him just yet.
He says, I wouldn't mind seeing that in action. May I? He holds his hand out.
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
He throws it at the Makiru in the pit. He says, change of plan, lads. I want you to do everything you can to get through that shield.
They both just start slamming the shield on the ground.
No, the Makiru picks it up and sort of dives under it as the Darv just starts beating on the shield like crazy. He watched this go on for like 2 minutes. He's like, that's impressive.
Well, there's more where that came from.
And this metal, is it only defenses or can weapons be crafted out of it?
Anything can be crafted from it. It's our specialty where we come from.
See. And let's say I needed to outfit 500 soldiers with armor and weapons made of this material. What would that require of me?
Damn.
You might not like my requirement, but we don't want it to be used for war and such.
Sorry, I think we came to the wrong place.
He throws his head to the side. He says, why? This is a perfect material for war.
We would like to defend people from other monstrosities instead of fight amongst each other.
Well, Fortress is renowned for our defense of all of the world below.
Good. And that's why we're here. There's other forces at work that I think if it comes down to it, we'd like to call you an ally. If these monstrosities end up coming to be.
Do you have any more information on these monsters you fear?
Well, I do have specimens to show you if you'd like to go somewhere private.
So is there something you can't show me in front of my advisors?
Well, it's just kind of loud in here. There's like clanging everywhere.
He looks at you both and he says, fair enough, and he hops up off the throne, and one of the advisors is like, sire, I must protest. And he says, I know you must, but you can stop now. Just enjoy the show. Let me know how long it takes for that shield to break. And he says, is your manservant coming with?
He's no manservant, actually. He's one of our greatest defenders and one of our greatest warriors.
Oh, warrior. Good. Will your warrior be coming with?
Yes.
He takes you around to the side and he pushes on just a chunk of the wall that, for the life of you, you can't see any seams or any sort of mechanisms on, but he pushes on it, and sure enough, the wall sinks in and moves to the side as you are all going to a antechamber. This antechamber is much more comfortable, much more opulent. There's like an overstuffed sofa. There's a desk with a couple of chairs at it. He goes and sits at the far side of the desk. invites you both to sit in the chairs. Says, we have privacy.
Okay. So I'll show him one of the specimens. Hopefully it's alive. And just kind of explain to him where we found it and like what they do and the threat it might cause everybody.
He nods. He says, well, this is good. This is part of why Fortress will be aiming to increase the breadth of the shield we provide to the settlements that are wellward of us.
Oh, and I will point out I can't remember, but the settlement that had been wiped out by them
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yes.
had a lot of resources and needs a lot of repopulating. It could be a place to start.
Well, our first concern is ensuring that the copper strata is secure. At the moment, it is not. Some of our neighbors have grown fat and lazy
Hmm.
under the stewardship of us as their guardians. So does my thinking that if Fortress is going to be the shield they're going to hide behind, that we should have a bit of say in how their city is laid out, perhaps. Things along those lines.
Seems reasonable.
You're not planning to invade them?
Not if we don't have to. But my first charge is and always will be the protection of the world below and of Fortress. If that means that one of our neighbors must be annexed, so be it.
Oh, I knew it.
It's so harsh.
No,
There's innocent people that have no play at what their leaders decide.
yeah, you're right. There are, and it is my sworn duty as emperor to protect those people.
But what if you raise tariffs on them to financially weaken them
I'm a
so
Darv,
that they
not an
come
idiot.
around? Oh, I see.
No.
Had I a tenth of the intelligence I possess, I may entertain such a plan.
Yeah. So coming from a city that was invaded, I know firsthand how traumatizing and how much one loses to war and to siege.
And having been on the giving end of wars, I also know how much one loses. They lose part of themselves when you take from others.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I have no intention
That sounded deeper in my head.
of...
She'll give him a pat on the back and be like, "Thank you, Bongo."
You tried. You tried. That's important. He says, wise counsel, but if I am to keep my people safe, I need to make sure that my neighbors remain safe. And if I need to be responsible for the well being of my neighbors, I need to be able to coordinate and arrange my neighbors in a defensible fashion.
Are they already your what's the word? Are they already like vassals?
Well, depends on who you ask, doesn't it?
Like, do they give tithes?
No, Fortress has been defending them out of the kindness of our hearts. The reality is we've been defending them out of the tactical pertinence.
Oh.
Is
I
there
see, like
anything I can do to make this go away? Because I will do it.
To make what go away?
The invasion of your neighbors. Is there anything I can do to talk to them? Or
If you can broker an arrangement where they're willing to pay their share and more importantly, allow me and my generals to coordinate their defensive arrangement. I don't care much for the fields. I don't care for the goods other than ensuring that soldiers that we have to station there, for the example, during the calm, have a place to stay and food for their bellies.
Oh, so Fortress is a wider reach, even when calm comes.
Yes, ideally, we would build a network of tunnels, much like those that I'm certain, witnessed in our outskirts of our city, but widen that protective presence throughout the strata.
so let me see what I can do, and then I'll report back to you. If no peace can come of this, we would still appreciate an alliance with you.
Likewise, and I understand you have your moral
Duty.
objections to fighting, but at the end of the day, Fortress is what keeps the worst monsters from coming down from the world above. Providing us with the proper armor and weapons to fight those monsters is in everyone's best interest, not just
Is that where the monsters come from?
The ones we specialize in fighting, yes. There are certainly other creatures that bubble up from the void or the well. There are those that, make their way in from the abyss. Don't get a whole lot of that here, though. These are mostly invaders from skyward.
I can't help but to notice that the queen's throne was empty.
I was gonna ask that next.
Aye, indeed.
Oh, no, now's your chance, and I nudge.
A lifetime spent pursuing martial perfection has left little time for pursuing matters of the heart or of the bloodline. I've no bride, I've no heir.
I was expecting a tip of the fedora after that. Time of mastering the art of the warrior has left me little time to pursue madams.
Being an alpha male. Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, sorry, I had to make a joke there.
Oh, goodness.
How common are well, wait. Maybe it's better if it's funnier if I don't know, but like, how does like can Darves and elves like hook
Yeah,
up and have
absolutely.
viable offspring? And
Absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
there's no restrictions between who can have babies with who. You just sort of
is it
pick
just kind of like
which.
they end up being like one of their parents? Is it like
Basically, yeah, like
BoJack
you
Horseman rules?
kind of sort of, yeah, like you'll fall under one of the ancestries of your parents, because again, in the world below, your ancestry doesn't necessarily dictate a whole lot about you physically, and your
Right.
physicalities can all mutate, you know, because of you.
That almost seems more important, whether someone's like mycelium or
Right, yeah,
um
your thesis and synthesis, your
dialectic.
dialectic.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, your dialectic is almost more important than your people,
Hmm.
because that is what ultimately winds up shaping you.
Um, what's
That's why
his?
you're like a mushroom. Oh yeah, does he got anything going? Has he got crystals? Is he a little bit mushroom guy?
That is an excellent question. Let me double check to make sure I'm not talking out of my tailpipe here.
Maybe he's a bug dude.
Maybe he's a bug dude.
Bug
Well, right
dude.
now he's a very heavily armor clad dude.
I hope
To
he
be
looks
fair,
like the Tick. Arthur. He's got little. Wait,
Oh,
that's basically Bunga. Now that I think of it.
yeah.
the tick does have Bunga does have some tick like characteristics, I suppose. Uh,
Intellect 1, strength 5.
he
He's blue.
is. Let's see.
I always forget all the dialectics because, like, Kyle Zool is. Do you remember
Uh,
what Kyle Zool was?
I thought
Wasn't he goth?
Kelzul's uh platonic. Yeah,
I
he's
just
Adamus.
imagine he was
So
like a
yeah, he's. You probably notice like slight glittering in his eyes, slight uh almost like his teeth are almost light reflective. Um, Not quite like nothing is like blatantly gem, but there are gemstone like qualities to his
Holidays.
eyes, his teeth, things like that. So he is an
That's
Adamus,
your
but he
end.
doesn't seem to be very. He doesn't seem to be very consumed by it, at least not physically.
There's your chance.
Ooh, can I use a thing?
Hmm?
Um, maybe I could use pheromone +1 advantage
Oh,
on living things.
Yeah, pheromone.
Yeah. And then I'll just kind of give him a bunch of compliments.
go on, role play the compliments.
Yeah. Okay, so they would be like, I'll just say, well, I for one really admire that you put your people first and you put the world below first. And I think that makes an excellent leader. And I'll use the pheromones.
Right. He smiles, and I'm just looking to see how this is going to work here, because you're effectively using an influence action on him. What exactly are you trying to do with this? Is this you're trying to like uh, shift his attitude toward you?
I'm just getting him to like me and like us and trust us.
All right. So yeah, this would be a deepened bond. I would say.
Yeah.
So that's a 3-hit trick. You also do have the opportunity to purchase other tricks if you get enough hits. So Because you are rolling that with, you get the +1 social advantage because of the pheromones. So what you will do is you will put the /SPU, then the number of dice, and then you'll have so it'll
Is
be,
it persuasion and presence?
yep, persuasion, presence, whatever that sum is, and then after that you'll put A,
Oh.
and it'll be yeah, A1, I believe, should do it.
So, and then press A1.
Yep. So you'll put /SPU space 7 or whatever your dice pool is, and then A1 right behind it, and then hit enter, and that should do it.
Input a valid.
It says input invalid.
Yeah.
All right, and just try the 7, and then we'll just let me.
Or
4 hits.
Yeah.
And that's without your advantage in play, so that actually becomes 6 hits. Let me just see.
Hopefully you're irresistible.
I'm sorry, what was it?
I made a stupid joke.
Oh.
Oh, I missed the joke. I missed the joke.
I just said simply irresistible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's the song that came to mind.
It's a lovely Robert Palmer reference you've worked in there. So you have the opportunity to you have 5 hits above him. So you could actually deepen your bond with him, and you could.
Should I ask him for a favor too?
You can either shift his attitude up or down toward you by 1 level, or you can persuade him to take an action he would not have previously taken, or you can use encourage or prevent thought to either to change his mind about something important to him at the moment.
Have you ever wielded such power?
No.
It's like with straight up with deepen bond, you can create a bond, a level 1 bond with him.
It's the long con versus the short con. And then in 5 years, when you're on the throne, you become the first empress.
Whoa.
You need to think Game of Thrones.
One wiener next to
I was just gonna ask him for
another wiener. Wiener. I too like that South Park episode. Sorry, go ahead, Haley.
Around in his face.
I was just gonna ask him for like an envoy to like escort us or something. I don't know. Would that be appropriate? Or
yeah, I mean, yeah, you can. So if you want to persuade him to give you like armed escorts,
yeah,
easily.
like
that is something you could do.
Armed escorts?
You could also use this if you just want to do straight persuasive stuff. Like you could persuade him to give you armed assets and try to dissuade him from any invasion, at least until you're able to like meet with people.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
The other option would be, you could even just, but that you'd have to do that. You have to sort of sacrifice the bond building.
Oh no!
Or you could bond build and ask him for the assets, or you could bond build and ask him to like hold off.
I'll bond build and ask him to hold off on like killing people.
All right, mark down that you have a rating 1 bond with the Emperor Rook of Fortress.
Woohoo.
And he says, I'm sorry?
I'm running out of space for all my bonds.
That's because you're
Oh, I have
popular.
things written in other
Red
things.
places. Yeah.
I've got so much stuff written in sorcery. That's basically what my notes are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorcery? Don't you mean a whole bunch of notes on the dots we gained for each com?
The other leader really likes me that we went to.
Oh, so
Oh.
two nations at war for Milady's hand, perhaps?
Yes, it is the mushroom cap that launched 1,000 ships.
Yeah. Helen of Troy there. Okay.
Stropharia of
Gelphim's Rest.
Gelphim's Rest, yeah. Rolls off the tongue much the same.
It'll catch on, yeah.
Yeah, it'll catch on.
Might be too soon for you, but your kids are gonna love it. So yeah, you have forged the bond. He says, "I tell you what, then here's what I would like you to do.
Was there any like physical changes in his demeanor, or like?
Oh
Does he
yeah,
feel-
he definitely seems to warm up to you a bit.
Okay.
Is he doesn't so much like loosen up, like his shoulders don't fall. He doesn't like become more casual in his like uh gross presentation, if that makes sense, like body wise. But like you see
Okay.
like little micro expressions of softening, and maybe his eyes are just a little bit less tense as he looks at you. Little things like that. He says, I tell you what, if you will venture to the other settlements in this strata on my behalf, carrying my banner, um, and provide them with my suggestions, I
I'll take.
will send down. What is it that your people need most? Do you need seeds? Do you need gemstones? Do you need weapons? Do you need bodies? What is it that your settlement would need for your LeBron?
That's a good question.
I was just gonna look at Bonga. I don't know.
Let me, and I open my like little book that has what our storyteller tells us the settlement is lacking.
So, just to give you the idea of where you're at,
Maybe we could use a little bit of everything. I don't know.
yeah, so you are. Hold on, I'm digging through all of my notes about the current state of Gelphim's Rest.
We'll take the lot.
So your town's primary pool is in metalworking, and while making LeBron is awesome, um, you may want to get some raw materials to work with other things besides just LeBron. That is one option.
Okay.
Other places where you might thrive is the town's secondary pool is based on chaos mastery and medicine or herbalism. So any sort of healers they might have or healing knowledge they might have would help. Hospitality is actually part of your thing. I don't know if there's a lot here that you're going to find that way. But
So sounds like raw materials that we can't get easily
yeah,
on our end is where it's at.
Okay.
And he says, "Very well. I'll for every pound of worked Lebrant, I will give you 1.5 pounds of unworked iron."
Okay. And I'll extend my hand.
Wait, is that a good deal?
I don't know.
He takes your hand and kisses it gently and says, "Thank you. I will prepare a scroll that has my suggestions for each settlement and have that ready for you tomorrow, if that works for you."
That works for me.
Wonderful. Until then, you're welcome to stay. We're about to have some more gladiators come in.
And I'll look at Bunga and be like, "Do you want a gladiator? Is it to the death or what?"
It is up to the combatants. They usually decide the rules of the match prior to entrance, but sometimes those rules change.
I'll just see if that's something Bunga would want to do, or do you just want to chill in the audience?
Do I have is there anything gained, or is this just for funsies?
It is for the amusement and support of the nobility. Whoever wins may ask the nobles for a favor.
I'll look at him and be like,
Oh, I suppose I can sure, why not? Strafaria seems to really want me to. So.
I don't know. I thought that'd be totally up his alley.
No, fighting for rich folks, amusement. Not really, but all right. Who's one of the best you got?
Oh, you'd like a challenge?
Yes.
He turns to one of his advisors. His advisor sort of leans in and starts kind of whispering in his ear. And he says, "I'm told there is a Darv in town who actually would love a chance to challenge you in the ring. I will send messengers for him."
Oh, is it
Wait,
the
somebody's heard of me and wants to challenge me.
Yes, his name is Keldar.
Keldar? Wait a second. Is that a common Darv name?
Somewhat.
I met a Keldar the other day, a few days ago. Wasn't that the name of that guy? It was all. Oh, I can't remember. I said good luck. Thought he was off trying to look for something bigger than a ruby dragon.
Yes, he's been asking around about that, but word has come to my advisor's ears of your submission, which is quite impressive, but also of Keldar's willingness to face you in combat.
Oh.
Turns to another one of the guards and says, "Please fetch a seating for our guest."
I'll sit in the queen's throne.
They bring you another chair to sit on the other side of the
Imagine. Imagine. Oh, I noticed that the chair's open. Only the royal hiney of the empresses have been allowed to sit there. By our traditions, you must now marry the emperor.
So they set you down in a spare chair. They take you down to prepare you, Bunga. And they say, "You're allowed whatever armor you want. You're allowed one weapon. What weapon would you like to take?
Is it from a select weapons you have, or?
I mean, you have whatever you've brought with you. You can take any one of them.
All right, I'll put down one of my Rust Knight axes. That better be here when I get back.
They say we'll guard it with our lives.
Damn, I didn't expect that commitment, but
Sure enough, after a few moments, you're escorted out into the fighting area where Keldar is waiting. Keldar is standing there in full armor. He is holding what appears to be a massive warhammer, and he sort of grunts and points at you as you step out.
Strawberry in the
oh,
crowd.
I remember you. Is you the dwarf that's come to fight?
He nods. That's right. I told you I was the best hunter in town. And the moment that I heard that I'd have a chance to stand against you, I had no choice but to take it.
All right, all right. Well,
Welcome, Raiders. Thank you. We got raided a few moments ago, I hope.
Oh, hello.
By, Radio Free Will. Appreciate the raid. Thank you so much for
came
being
just
here.
in time for a gladiator match.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. So yeah, he says I've been waiting. I was very pleased when the guard came and told me about this opportunity. So let's make this happen. And he smacks his warhammer into his hand.
All right. Well, what are the terms of victory?
Fight until the opponent surrenders or loses consciousness.
Seems fair.
He nods and steps back and lifts his hammer. Why don't you go ahead and roll the higher of your dexterity plus empathy or cunning plus athletics.
Dexterity plus empathy. 7 or cunning plus athletics is 6. Okay, both of those are still pretty good. All right, let me roll it up.
Oof. All right.
Not bad.
First action is yours. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go all out and assume this guy's mouth is just as big as his ambition, and just immediately charging at him, attempting to cleave him in half.
Nice.
He wouldn't want he wouldn't want me to go easy on him.
Not at all. Go ahead and give me your close combat plus might, I'm assuming, because you're swinging a fucking Rust Knight axe at him.
Yeah.
That does give you, I believe, power advantage, correct?
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh my
Wow,
god. So it's 6 hits on the dice.
All right. 6 successes out of 10 dice.
And then you have what's the enhancement for the axe?
It has deadly, painful, poison, and heavy.
And does it have any enhancement at all besides that or no?
Enhancement. If it does, I didn't write
All right,
it down.
so it's heavy, so that's just +2. So that comes out to 8 hits. His defense is a 2. So that's 6 hits that we'll get through. And you said it's run the tags by me one more time.
Deadly, painful, poison heavy.
All right.
Okay.
So you can, with painful, you can spend 2 of your hits to inflict the agony status effect on your target. With deadly, you may choose
Kill
to
him.
apply the aggravated wound status effect instead of dealing damage.
An aggravated wound means
Aggravated wound means that if he takes another wound, he dies.
Maybe he'll submit.
Effectively.
let's do that.
Yeah, so with aggravated wound, yeah, he immediately drops to near death.
Oh, jeez.
So have 1 injury left. And they remain that way until they benefit from first aid or use an appropriate power or fall to near death. You can also, because that just costs you the 1 hit, and you have 4 left over, so you still have 3. You'd spend 2 of those to inflict the agony status effect, which would mean all of his actions are made at +1 difficulty for the remainder of the scene.
Yeah,
All right, and then you have poisoned as well.
I do. Put this guy in a coma. I can't wait to fight this guy. Knock him out of the fortress.
Okay, so you would have to spend hits on the fast acting toxin status, which you can spend 1 to 3 hits on.
And I had how many left after painful and deadly?
2.
Do I want to do that to him as well?
No.
I mean, it's funny.
Yeah, let's do that as well.
Oh.
Right, so you're
It's
also
funny.
dropping-
You can't tell me these things, and you can't tell me something's funny and then not expect me to do it.
All right. So for each round it persists and inflicts 1 injury to the target.
Uh-oh.
They
Oh,
can
He'll be fine.
they can attempt
Stropharius here.
to
Yeah.
overcome the poison by dedicating a simple survival action, but they're not going to be that smart. They're just going to be like, "That all you got?" and take a swing at you.
Really?
Yep.
After all that,
All brawn, no brains.
I didn't chop him in half, huh?
You did not. He is still up. And in fact, you didn't even knock him over, remarkably.
It's because of the dwarf Darv effect in D&D 3.5. They don't get affected by knockback.
Oh, is that effect? I don't remember
Wait a
that.
second, wrong system. Yeah, they're like particularly like well grounded and get bonuses to being like moved to prone. This is old. This is 3.5.
Of course.
Or maybe even before then.
I do
It's a
want to
low
check
center of
something.
gravity. Wait, if he's poisoned, does he just go as his last HP?
I mean, he will at the end of his turn, basically.
Oh.
Can I kind of see, like, can I kind of like intervene a bit, maybe?
Sure.
Stop
What would you like
this
to do?
madness.
I'll cast Mend Flesh.
Okay. On him?
Yeah.
Wait. Wait until after the match.
Well, he's gonna die, Bungo. You gotta chill out.
I'm giving the people what they want.
I didn't want the death. Come on.
Are you not entertained?
All Right, you have to be within close range, so you have to get close to it. You'd
Yeah,
have to,
come on into
you'd
the
have to drop
ladder.
down
Oh, I
and
have to go in.
yeah.
Oh,
You can wait until he drops, but as of right now,
okay. I'll just be kind of there by the sidelines, telling Bunga to like chill out a bit. He's gonna
with
die.
your med kit ready.
Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna lunge forward at you, hammer in hand. He does get +1 power advantage because of being injured because of one of his features. He also does get +1 enhancement to the hit just out the gate, and his attacks are brutal and deadly. So he is going to. That is a total of 4 successes. No, can't be right. That is not accurate. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Damn.
7, right?
Looks
Yeah.
like it.
Should be 7 hits. I'll have to double check on that. Yeah. It should be 7 hits. So you would make a defensive action. So you would roll your whichever resistance attribute you want to lean on. I would assume for this case it would be stamina.
Mm-hmm. And I have Carapace, which is +3 defense.
Excellent. So that means your base is a
So-
4. So then go ahead and roll your stamina. So it's 3 more. So you could add all 3 to defense to bring your defense up to 7, basically not get hit. Right? Yep. No, because he still
Or
had
would
it.
match.
You'd match, so you'd
would
still get
match.
hit. Yeah. But he wouldn't have any stunts, really. He'd only have 2 dice to spend on stunts, which is still enough to hit you with an aggravated wound, which is exactly what he's going to do.
That's true. So, is there anything else I can use it on? Or no, I wanted. No, that's just basically to try to negate the.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've got normal armor, but that just gives me HP, I think.
Normal armor would absorb damage first, but because it's because of the aggravated wound, you drop to near death effectively right away. So he hits you with a hammer, and like your armor cracks a little bit, but you feel bones underneath that armor go.
Oh, look at this guy!
And you're pretty sure something just poked you in a lung.
One of my lungs.
It is the start of your turn. You can see he is like doing the finish him sway a little bit. Like,
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
All right.
is kind of quiet.
I press up A and rip my face off and breathe fire on him.
Nice.
It's a little scorpion. That's the only one I knew from OG Mortal Kombat. Scorpion's
Fatality.
face pull fatality. Oh yeah, what happens at the end of his turn? Because he's got the poison, right?
Oh yeah, he just fucking falls over. The whole crowd goes up. People are.
He's got quite a hit
and roaring, and shortly after that, like you're not poisoned, so you're not falling over. But you can clearly tell Straferi, like Bunga's. You've never seen Bunga this hurt.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. What the hell?
And this dude hit him once.
Oh my god. So I'll immediately like kind of run in there and attend to Bunga first.
Right. So
I'm all right. You should help him before he dies.
Using mend the flesh.
Mend flesh, yeah. Medicine and composure.
Yep. Now here you're going to only have an enhancement or you have a minor complication because of the chaos level. So you will roll
I have
medicine plus composure. You have to buy off a minor complication, or you'll have a chaotic retaliation. But otherwise, you can use your tricks to.
I have always prepared +1 enhancement to med roll.
Awesome.
Mm.
So make sure you count that. That should effectively cancel out the complication.
Hopefully. Oh yeah.
Oh my
Looks good.
god. So okay. So forgive me about this. I was a little off about it before. You can try to use this at a distance. So the way it works is you have to be in close range normally to target somebody. However, additional hits can be spent to increase the range at which the holy may heal a target at a cost of 2 hits per range band. And you can also affect multiple targets at a cost of 2 hits per additional target. Or heal the agony or insensate status effects for an additional 1 hit each. So you have a total of 11 hits here.
Whoa.
So you can heal them both and get rid of the agony that's on
Yeah, I'll do that.
the other one. So you and
Look at
Keldar,
us both showing off,
We're showing our strengths, okay? Our
right?
talent.
and Stroperia sort of drops down into the ring and walks over to you and just takes a breath and exhales, and spores come out, and through you hear the whisperings of Golthon in your ears as you stabilize. Keldar sits up and starts just cracking up, just laughing hysterically.
Well, that's the spirit.
He will try to stand up and probably fail miserably and just sort of fall over to his side and start laughing even harder.
I think he's crazy.
Might have had some head trauma.
What's Bunga gonna do? You gonna get up? You gonna help him up? You gonna?
I'm gonna help him up. I like the cut of his jib.
Yeah, he does that. You know, I'm gonna grab you by your forearm, handshake, and says, "I haven't had a fight like that since I was a lad. Drinks are on me at the inn."
Wow, you hit really hard.
He says,
I
"Thanks.
thought I hit hard.
I've been practicing. You see this? It's weighted like shit, but if you can get it over your head, it's amazing." He hands you his giant warhammer.
I'm gonna hand him the Rust Knight axe, which probably is like Cloud's sword, like
Right.
extremely horribly balanced.
Right.
So how does he use that?
He's
One
like,
hand.
I've never seen one of these up close before.
I can't tell if it's magic or just like really rusty.
With that, the pair of you head to the inn and drink the place dry. Is Treferia going to join them at the inn, or is she going to do something else with her time
How
until
does
the
the
next
crowd
day?
react to
Yeah, how did the Emperor
to her
react?
like healing two people?
Oh, they don't seem to care.
going
Yeah,
through?
they don't seem to be
Oh,
like.
damn.
I mean,
That'd be so impressive. No.
I mean,
In
they
the world below, they're like, yeah, pretty good.
in the sense that, like, you know, they immediately clock that you're a follower of Golthon. There are certain things that they immediately note, but they're not prone to react to that. There's nothing about that they're gonna be like, "Ooh, amazing." He may later point out how useful you'd be on a battlefield, but that's
Okay.
That's right. And then
playing
they
to the
start
wrong
bidding on
crowd.
both of us.
Yeah.
Wait, it's not that kind of gladiator.
I'll give you
It's not that kind of gladiator.
15
Matt.
shekels for the healing lads.
And 5 for the big one.
Yeah, what would Straferia like to be doing with the remainder of her evening?
I guess I'll follow Bunga.
Okay. Rook says that he looks forward to speaking with you in the morning before you leave town. And thanks you both for a glorious show before he has the guards escort you all in Keldar out. And I think just in the name of not going too far with the car parked and the engine running, let's go ahead and wrap things up there. You may each have 3 experience points just for showing up today. We'll deal with
That is the closest I've come to death. Damn you, deadly
I didn't
tag.
expect that. Sorry.
I didn't expect him to still be moving.
Yeah. He got off one
It's
shot.
that
at
poison.
It's the poison, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, rust-knight axes are gross. It's just gross.
They are.
Like, don't get hit with one of those if you can avoid it. And you can see.
I still remember it like yesterday when the 3 elves all holding on to a different limb, all trying to hold Bunga back and being like, "I want one of them axes."
Yes,
I was like one of the first episodes. It was crazy.
And speaking of rust-knight axes and all these other wonderful things, you can get them all in the world below, which is available in POD and PDF over at Drive-Thru RPG. I've just thrown the link in the chat. Also want to remind you that Aegis for Trinity Continuum has just come out. Also available in POD and PDF. You want to make sure you grab that before the first of the month when POD prices go up. And last but never least, remember that the Exalted Player's Guide is about to kick off over at BackerKit. Go over there right now, sign up so that you will be notified when it is about to go live. I think that's it for us. My name is Travis. My pronouns are he, they. I've been, when I'm not running games, I'm writing them. I'll be back here in about 12 hours for Exalted Essence. Looking forward to that. It's been a fun game so far. We have an all Dragon Blood game going on Fridays, bi-weekly on Friday mornings. It's a good time.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, they started
That
off
would
as
be a good one.
They started off as a wild hunt and then found out that there was a civil war popping off in the realm. So they're kind of caught in the middle of that shit right now. It's a lot of fun. We did have a 3-session long combat scene, which was very fun.
As is tradition
yeah.
of Exalted.
It was, it was like a Dragon Ball episode, which means I think we hit the
nice. There's only 5 minutes until Namek explodes. 13 episodes later.
Exactly. But yeah, so hopefully I'll see at least some of you over there at that point. Again, Haley, if you want to let the people know who you are, what you do, who you're playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you want to share.
My name's Haley, also known as Babe_Blade666 on the internet. And I'm playing Stropharia. Our pronouns are she, her. And I had a wonderful time. That was really fun.
Thank you. I had a wonderful
drama
time as well. It was a very good time. I feel like we got a lot done despite not doing a lot. If that makes sense. There was a lot of progress with
it was a lot of like playing my character, which was fun.
It was very cool. I liked it. And then Cal, your pertinence, please.
Yeah, I played Bunga, the Gladiator, and yeah, I guess you can set all the yada yadas at the beginning, but yeah, it's been fun. I'm glad we were able to pop in even with half the players missing. It was a good side mission.
Every once in a while, you get to squeeze in a good side mission, and this will definitely enrich the main plot. So, good times there. Thank you all again so much for being here, and we will see you all again. Like I said, I'll see you tomorrow, and then we will be back in 2 weeks' time. Till then, take care of yourselves and each other. Rate your elected representatives and tell them to fix their stuff. Tell them that I said to fix their hearts or die.
Yeah. Pick it if you have to.
Yeah, do what you must.
Yeah, it sucks, but unfortunately, violence does solve
Yeah,
problems.
it gets real.
And gasoline's cheap.
It's real sad when you like look at a history book and see just how little not violent action things.
Can't believe I was
does.
lied to all my life. Being
Yeah.
told violence solves nothing. And I'm like, it kind of looks like it solved everything.
Right. It solves nothing except every problem that humanity has ever faced. But you know, that's still no reason to not get out there and march and tell people how you feel. You know, maybe cooler heads will prevail. One can hope. But until then, be the light in each other's lives because there's too much darkness or whatnot. And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.